What's going on? It's time for talk about like another horror comedy, like a spoof, called Repossessed. It's released by Studio Canal, September 14th, 1990. At least that's the studio that released the DVD I have. It's an independent film, so yeah. It stars Linda Blair, Ned Betty, and Leslie Nielsen. It was produced by Steve Wazan and written and directed by Bob Logan, who has only done a few other films like Meatballs 4, Up Your Alley, I Don't Know Jack, and The Croods: A New Age being the most recent. It was at a box office earnings of 1.4 million dollars, so it was a flop when it came out. But yeah, so this is a spoof movie, sort of in the same vein as Scary Movie, but it's made with basically majority of the same people as that did like Airplane and The Naked Gun and stuff. So yeah, I had high hopes for this. I'm like, yeah, this movie's gonna be great. So because I like that type of stuff and that type of comedy. So yeah, so Repossessed. Well, Linda Blair plays a mom, and it starts off by Liam Neeson playing the priest who banished the demon from Linda Blair in The Exorcist. And yeah, he's teaching a class about it, telling the story. And then, but apparently, her getting repossessed. Oh, and then all of a sudden, she gets repossessed by a demon through the TV, sort of like poltergeist sort of style. And yeah, and then she's possessed, so she reaches out to a new priest who is losing his faith and to help out. And he doesn't seem to, he knows something's going on, but he needs help and he can't do it alone. And that he's losing his faith is always on his mind. That, yeah, it's really bugging him and he doesn't want to do it alone. So, first, Leslie Nielsen's retired at this point, his character. So, he, basically refuses, so he goes to another church to get approval, and they do with one circumstance. That's if it gets aired on live TV with this big broadcasting company doing it. So he goes and they have this like possession live video, and they have it's all your stupid TV stuff on, and obviously that's not working, and she ends up destroying the set and causing havoc, and it's up to Liam Neeson or Leslie Nielsen, sorry, and yeah, Ned Betty to team up and take out the quirky possessed demon in the most oddball way. Yeah, this movie is really entertaining. It's very stupid. Like, it's meant to be so bad it's good, but it's not quite at that line. So it starts off pretty strong for a comedy, and yeah, it's very amusing, and a lot of good stuff. Like when she gets possessed to the TV, the optical effects in this are really good, and look really cool and stuff. It looks like almost early CG, but it's done that clearly, and I really enjoyed that. With like a lot of these '80s movies and stuff, it's hard to find movies that have like a lot of them have great practical effects, but some of the optical effects could look a little cheesy. This one has a really good one too. Also, when like near the end of the film, Linda Blair gets she releases herself basically from the bed she's tied to and runs amok in the studio and is outside. And then the big demon cloud comes and she summons this big force, and yeah, it looks really good too with the optical effects. Even the makeup and stuff look pretty good in this, and the costumes and stuff are pretty amusing. It's your standard 80s comedy cinematography, and so yeah. And then yeah, the acting is sometimes it's bad, but I think it's intentionally done that way. And yeah, they're all amusing in this. I think the big flaw in this is the writing of the film, because it starts off strong. You got like good amusing characters. The family's hilarious and that, but then and basically once they go to like the studio execs and get all that, that's amusing. But when it starts getting to the point where it's like they're putting it on, airing it on live TV and doing all this hokey stuff. They have fake special effects making it more elaborate and stuff. Then it kind of goes off the rails and becomes a little obnoxious and annoying for like almost a half hour, and it's just straight like dread. But then it picks up again, and when she escapes and stuff, and Leslie Nielsen and Betty have to take her out, it's gets to be a pretty funny, charming ending and stuff. It may be considered a little racist nowadays, but it was definitely somewhat amusing. But this is by far no means a great movie or a great comedy. I thought it was amusing, but that's also because I like stupid comedies like this. I know a lot of people are gonna hate this movie and not like it, but I thought it was a pretty amusing spoof. They do a lot of jokes towards Rambo and yeah, obviously The Exorcist, Poltergeist, and stuff like that. It was pretty amusing. It's like the people from Airplane, who made Airplane and The Naked Gun, try to do something a little different, which ended up being done better later on in the future with the Scary Movie franchise. So I think it just wasn't the time and place for this comedy. I think that's why I didn't do too well, but I thought it was amusing and fun. And yeah, just the way I like, besides the obnoxious part that's like 3/4 of the way through, I thought that was really annoying and stupid. But and they also kind of had these broadcasters off to the side, actually, like Jesse Ventura and Mean Gene Okerlund, which is an old commentator for WWF, and yeah, they had them on there, but doing it as if it's a wrestling match and stuff when there wasn't even that at all. I thought that kind of got annoying too in the music, but it's amusing as well. But yeah, overall, the film is amusing, just don't take it seriously. I'm gonna give Repossessed a 2.5 out of 5. It was so much fun. Just they could have done a lot more, but with what they had, it was still pretty funny. So yeah, check it out if you can find it. But if you can't, I'll at least link the trailer down below so you can see what I'm talking about. So it's down there. And also make sure you check out my Instagram, where I always post clips of films and review in the future on my stories. At the film title hashtag and subject film and a hashtag, so you're aware of it. And also my Letterbox is linked down below. Derek P reviews. That's where I post my first star rating after watching the films. So follow me on those 2 platforms. Stay in loop with the channel. Like this video, share it so more people aware of it. Comment your opinions of the film down below if you have any. And also, if you have any films or film franchises in any genre that you want to hear my opinions on, comment those down below. Try my best to get to them as soon as I can, and if I can find them. Make sure you subscribe, because if it's such a weird, obscure, and odd, I probably never thought of checking it out together, somewhat like this. And also so you can hear my opinions on popular films, classic films, and reviews on other things. And don't forget to ring that bell, because we're going to go back to more serious horror slasher stuff, because Christmas is coming up, so I think you might be able to start diving into those. So I think I might try to do a Silent Night, Deadly Night movie that no one's really talking about. Maybe 3, but we'll see. So yeah, tune in for that, and you know, watch out for all this quirky preset there trying to expel us demons that are ridiculous and out of us. And I guess we'll see you all in the next review. So until then, cheers.